Hey, yo, salute to the people. It's the social forecast. Today is Monday, Bullshit Columbus Day. It's October 14th, 2019, about 4:20 p.m. I came across a cute little fucked up story. It's an article written about a story that happened several years ago, about five or so years ago. And I'm touching on this story because I feel like there's a deeper meaning and a deeper message behind the story. So there's a woman and a man out in East London who met years prior to this situation happening. The man was a little more into the woman than the woman was into him, is what you can gather clearly by reading the story, the article. But they were good friends. They met in a nightclub, started off flirting, I guess maybe seeing where it would go. Didn't really go anywhere. They remained close friends, and then it just turned into one of those situations where they were just really, really good friends. But the man always, would shoot his shot. He would send things on Valentine's Day. He would try to turn the friendship into more than what it was. And then the woman had a serious medical scare. She collapsed in her home, found out that she was at the final stage of kidney failure. They told her because of her rarer than most blood type, which was I think B negative, that she would, her chances of getting an actual kidney would be slimmer than most. So she went away on vacation, I guess maybe planning her final stages, wanting to live her life out, enjoy her time, whatever time she thought she may have had left. She was put on the kidney transplant list, waiting to see what happened. A donor popped up, but by the time she made it back home, the kidney had already been claimed by somebody else, is what it is. So then this gentleman who, she had become close friends with, who wanted more of a relationship with her, decided that, I'm going to get tested to see if I'm potentially a match, because I'll donate, one of my kidneys to you. And he ended up getting tested. He was a match. He donated his kidney. Fast forward some months, and they're both in the healing process. Now, the story points out that they're both living together in this woman's home in East London. At some point, he proposed to her, and she turned him down. In the story, I guess they quoted a comment that she made where she said she tried to let him down gently, but really was not interested in marrying him because, one, she wasn't done healing and didn't want to get married while she was, still recovering from this major medical scare that she had to go through. And then two, she said that she did not want to damage the special bond and the special friendship that she had with this individual. Most people reading the story, commenting on the story, or most people who would hear a story like this would instantly be like, damn, that's fucked up. There's a couple things, though, that makes this story a little bit deeper of a message that I wanted to touch on. First thing is this. Women know when they want to have a relationship with someone or want to pursue being more than friends with someone, and when they don't. Some women are very straightforward, open, and honest about it. I really don't know what the interaction was ongoing between these two individuals. I don't know if she let this individual on, if they had just a friendship, but maybe a little bit more. Claims in the story claims that they were never sexual or physical, past maybe a kiss or two here and there and some flirting. Cool, is what it is. Two single individuals, it's whatever. What I will say is this, though. If this, in my opinion, if this woman knew that she did not want to have a relationship and knew that this man wanted something more serious, when someone offers you a body organ, someone offers you a literal piece of them, yes, on one hand, it's survival and it's something that will keep you alive. So I get the want and the urge to accept it. But if you know that that can potentially come with emotional strings, and you know that this person has these feelings for you, should you really accept it? Should she have accepted it? And then two, at the same time, while I say that, I also have a certain level of respect for this woman. I have a certain level of respect for this woman because even though this man gave her a kidney, a whole kidney, there are women out there who would have accepted his marriage proposal on the strength of that. And if you're not really into it, into the situation, into the person, that could potentially cause some issues with the relationship if you're just marrying a person based on something like that. And then at the same time, while I say that, I can fully understand a person's feeling like they're indebted to a person so much so that they might mistake feelings of gratitude or feelings of them feeling like they have a second chance or started a new life for emotional attachment to that person. So it's kind of a tricky story. It's kind of a tricky message. Interested to know what y'all think about it. Once you get past the funny shit, that damn, that's fucked up, bro. He proposed, he gave her a kidney and she said no. Once you get past that, what do y'all really feel about a story like this? You know, do y'all feel like this? All props and respect to this individual who gave a kidney to this woman, because you save a life, you save a life. And I'm sure he would have done it regardless. And his take on the situation is, look, I don't regret anything. You know, this person was in need. This is a person I have strong feelings for. So I did it, and it is what it is. You know, I did it out the goodness of my heart. But at the same time, was there an alternative motive there? Because just months after he proposed, why not at any point during those years that you guys were close did you try to bring it to that level? So I'm kind of conflicted a little bit with this story. It's a cute little story. You know, I would have been skeptical if it would have ended with her saying yes. But the fact that she says no, it brings up, like I said, it brings up some deeper topics, a deeper issue. How many relationships out there where one person or the other is in that relationship and remain in that relationship because they feel indebted to that person? It might not even be something that's on the level of a person donating a body part, you know, a vital organ. It might not be that serious. It could be something else. It could be anything. Some people attach themselves to people for different reasons. And I'm curious to know what y'all think about this little story. You know, it's a kind of a welcome little change from the normal stuff that we talk about. But, you know, I felt like it was a nice, lighthearted, you know, story with some comedy to it. I wonder how these two individuals are doing now, years later, if they're still in touch, because something like this can, you know, it can damage the friendship because it can cause resentment. Because this individual can say whatever he wants in a statement or to a reporter for an article, but you just proposed to a woman you gave a kidney to that you've been pursuing for years. It's only human nature that at some point resentment's going to set back in. So I'm curious to know what the current status of the friendship with these two are. Anyway, man, that's the story I came across. I thought it was a little kind of cool, but an overall deeper message. And that message would be really, I guess, assess the reason for why you keep certain people around. Really assess the reason and the level and connection of the relationships that you have with individuals. And, you know, are you in that situation because you feel indebted? Are you mistaking one emotion for a different emotion? Are you mistaking, you know, friendship for something else? Are you the person who is the object of a person's affection and you don't feel that same way? Or are you that person who feels like those affections and emotions and feelings aren't being reciprocated? And figure out what you need to do for you. Because now this individual now has to live his life differently. When you have one kidney, there are things that you could do before that you can no longer do. You have to watch everything, not just what you eat, but how you drink. Your alcohol intake has to change. You know, you can't be as active as you once might have been able to be. There's a lot of things that you have to change as well, being a donor of a kidney. You know, we have two kidneys for a reason. Yes, you can survive on one, but your kidneys are what is responsible for filtering and keeping your blood clean. And only operating with one does change some things. So let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. It's the Social Forecast. Peace and love.